What's up, everyone? It's Daniel, VintageMagic.com, and hope you guys are having a good Friday. All right, so today's video is going to be about kind of this negotiation series I'll be doing with videos. You know, the negotiation process when you actually purchase or sell something tends to be very complicated. So I'm going to break it down for a segment here called Best Offers, or I'll break it down for the buyers and the sellers. All right, so what is a best offer? Best offer basically means that, let's say a seller is trying to look for best offer for an Alpha Black Lotus BGS or PSA 9. And they just put it on Facebook or on eBay, and they're trying to get offers. Now, on eBay, you have to put a price. Let's say they put a price of $15,000. Best offer, and you can make counter offers as a buyer, and you can also put some comments and such like that. And then the seller can opt to agree to it and continue with the sale, or make a counter offer, I think up to 3 times until it gets kind of dissolved. Then you have to buy it at the buy now price. On Facebook, there's so many people trying to sell their products, and they just say best offer. What? Not even a price, just best offer. That's just so wrong. There's nothing good about that. The reason why that's not good is because most people are going to make offers, and most of them are going to put offers that are much lower than market because they have no idea what it's worth, and it's just to troll the post and troll the internet. Now, if you want serious offers and generally serious buyers, because the objective, right, is to actually sell the card, right? That's the objective. Unless you're a seller that really doesn't want to sell the card. And in the case of people for example, that PSA 10 Alpha set that's on eBay for like $1.5 million, that gentleman doesn't really want to sell the set for that price because no one's going to buy for that price. But he's looking for attention, so if someone wants to buy it seriously, they would possibly contact them. But is that price even in the same stratosphere as what the set value is? No. And we will go over price evaluations of items and such like that in the future, but no, it's not even the same stratosphere, right? So I would recommend, look, let's talk about like as a buyer, okay? If you are a buyer of like an Alpha Black Lotus, PSA 9 or BGS, you need to do some research. You need to look on eBay, you gotta look at some stores, you gotta look at our website, you can contact people on Facebook, whatever, right? But when you see an item for sale, you have to realize that when they say best offer, you're probably going to get shopped from your offer. Very important. Do not spend the time to give an offer if you are really serious about it. And I know it's counterproductive there, because if you're really serious about it, you're probably going to want to make an offer, right? But the problem with that is that they'll just shop your offer. They're just going to shop the internet, shop their buddies, and then in the very end, you just put yourself out there and there really was no offer or sale. I would recommend buying from sellers that put best offer of offers over this price. For example, if I put a price of $12,000 for the Alpha Black Lotus, $12,000 or higher best offer, then I would be interested in actually making an offer, right? This way you know that the seller is actually interested in selling the card, and you're not wasting your time. I think that's really important. You know, it's different. You know, I think like some people like put out there like, I don't know what this card's worth, looking for price check here. That is different. That's more a conversation. They don't really know what the valuation is. But sellers that, obviously have reputation of selling, or people that have obviously items that are available for sale, that are online all the time, but looking for a best offer, I don't find that as a buyer something that I'd be interested in even going after. So what does that come to? It comes to the seller part. Now, if you're a seller and you're actually looking to sell the card, not for clickbait like the $1.5 million for an Alpha set, that's more for marketing, right? You're looking for drawing attention. But if you're looking to actually sell it, you have to do a few things. One is provide quality pictures and quality details about the card. Quality pictures, let's talk about this. Do not put pictures from your cell phone in the dark, in the bright yellow light, so it somehow you could somehow pick out the card and then ask for like a 15K. No one's gonna be, any serious collector is gonna want quality scans, quality pictures. You wanna know what quality scans are? I'm just gonna talk about our website, vintagemagic.com. Go to the store, you will see we use a yellow border, a high profile scanner, and it is a very quality scan. And I can send you higher resolution, 600, 1,000 something DPI if you really wanted to go crazy, but honestly, that's really not gonna do anything. But the whole point is, do not buy from someone, do not plan to sell something if you're not gonna present it in a way the first time. The other thing is information. Sometimes you sell stuff like artwork, stuff like that needs provenance. You need to provide the provenance and the information of what it's about, the medium, size, whatever. Also provide the shipping. You got to provide the shipping for the item. Where will you ship? I just screwed that whole thing up. Where will you not ship? Try saying that 50 times. That's the thing is some people just say, this is the item, best offer. What does that mean? Best offer. Best offer. Everybody, best offer. What is this? It doesn't even tell you the title of the, what if it's an item that no one even knows? Best offer. It's so annoying. Anyway, look, also another thing is, I'm not, I think it's kind of trollish, where you don't even put the item out there, and not everybody knows what the item is, right? You should have the respect for the buyers and say, hey, this is the card, this is the artist. Not everybody knows what the card is if you're talking about art, right? This is the size, this is the medium. Oh, no. I assume that you know because you've done so much magic, Daniel. No. Guys, I don't know every single of the 20,000 plus cards in the magic. Are you serious? I mean, seriously. There's no way. There's absolutely no way to know every single artist and every single piece, right? So don't ever assume that. Put the information you need as a seller so you can sell the item. So that should hopefully get to a point where you can make a transaction. No, that's not the way it works. The problem is everybody wants to fight about the price. Everybody wants to fight about the price. Everybody wants to get as low as possible every single time. So how do you get to that happy medium where you both want to sell the item and buy the item and it's a happy, smooth transaction? Okay, this is the thing I always ask as a buyer. You ready? Number one thing I ask when I'm on Facebook or something, and also when I make eBay offers, I say, hey, look, I'm interested in your item. I'm a serious buyer. Rather than going through the negotiation process, meaning back and forth, where do you need to be so we can make a deal? That's it. That's all you need to say. I know it sounds a little bit kind of like you're revealing all your cards as a seller. But honestly, if someone comes up to me and actually asks me that question, I would say, I need to be X. This is the price. I need to be in this range even. Hey, I'm feeling like this range. I think this would make more sense depending on your payment structure, credit card, travel, if it's an expensive item or collection, if it's artwork, I gotta deliver it, whatever, right? You have to get to that point. If you're a seller, I find if you're really going to make this thing work, you got to be able to communicate and negotiate with the buyer and reveal where you're at. I mean, it's just a waste of time for both parties if you're just fighting over just mystery guessing prices. And so that's why a lot of buyers, if you notice the Magic Gathering in the world, they just don't negotiate. They just buy off a store. They go to my store, ABU Games, Star City. They just pay full retail because they just want the card and they don't want to haggle and talk about the price. And so that comes to be about the retail customers. You're going to get those, and they're not going to happen all the time, but they're going to be people that, hey, I feel like this is a good price based on the market research I've done, or I've done no research, and I also don't want to haggle and ask for a lower price. Now, question is, do you as a buyer ask a store for the best price? if they've listed a price on there. Yes, absolutely. If you are a buyer of any cards or any collection or anything, you need to be a negotiator. I know it's going to be hard for some of you guys who are maybe antisocial or people that don't want to like talk to people. But you gotta evolve that, because otherwise you're not gonna make deals that are gonna be the best cost basis for you. That's the problem. Other thing is you gotta get on the phone. That's right, the telephone, not the text, not the email, telephone. You gotta talk to people over the phone, the store owner, whatever, to make a deal. I'll talk about it from the store side in the future when you buy from people with collections, but I'm telling you right now as a buyer, it's good to call the seller and have a conversation. Don't email, because most sellers will think you're just some Joe Blow. And it's unfortunate. I don't do that, but a lot of guys will just blow you off because you get so much people asking about, some price here and there. It's better to pick up the phone, talk to the owner. I know you got to go through some gatekeepers, like maybe the person that works there, maybe a person that's like a temporary, a different department manager, whatever. You want to talk to the person that makes the decisions for the Magic cards. That's what you need to do. This way you can negotiate a real deal. Now, it doesn't hurt to ask. That's the thing, is a lot of people are afraid to ask for a deal because I don't know if they're embarrassed. I don't know if it's like they just don't want to save money. I don't know. But I'll be honest with you. As a store owner, if someone wants to make a deal and we're in the same relative ballpark, I actually respect that more than someone that just flat out, they may make an offer to me, but they don't respond at all to anything on my counter offers. I like someone that actually picks up the phone and is willing to make a deal. And for me as a seller, I actually immediately respond and say, hey, look, I'm interested in discussing this with you. What's the best phone number and time to call? Give that person that courtesy and make a phone call too. So if the buyer doesn't extend it, I as a seller do extend it. So I do feel like that type of negotiation process is a lot healthier than this back and forth Facebook stuff, stuff that you never really reveal any pricing, stuff where you're not even revealing like any of the information for the card, like the scan and the quality of the provenance. I mean, you got to look at the warning signs here. There's just stuff all over the map you got to avoid, right? As a buyer or a seller. So look, in summary, I hope this video was helpful. I hope this video kind of makes some sense where, when you're making that initial idea of, let's say you're the buyer looking to buy a card or some artwork, you actually do some research of the market. You also avoid sellers with not good feedback, also with poor communication. If sellers are not willing to spend the time to talk to you about the item, provide better scans, give you, kind of even provide possibly a payment schedule that maybe be comfortable for you. I think that's important, because if you're buying a really expensive item and you need some more time and the seller has no way to negotiate that part of it, then I think that's something you should consider. Same thing with a seller. If you're dealing with buyers who are flaky, they're not willing to communicate, they just give you one-word answers also, they're not responding to the scans that you sent them. You've done everything you can to give them a great experience, but they do everything possible not to give you the attention because you've given them the information. That means they're shopping with someone else. They're shopping with their next best deal, or they're just messing and trolling you. That's the hard part as a seller. You really don't know who's trolling you, who's not. So that's why in all scheme of life, you want to focus on one thing in this video, is pick up the phone, the thing that you can hit buttons and dial the number and call each other. Call each other, talk to each other on the phone and try to make the deal work. That's what I hope that all of you guys take from this video, because best offers don't do anything. All they do is, because everybody in a limbo land. Best offer, who wants to buy this? $1. Seriously, $1. I will sell you this for $1. That's what I'll sell it to you for. Really? I mean, are the Seahawks going to make the Super Bowl this year? Seriously, put your comments below about that one. I like to hear that. All right. Anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll have some more videos, exciting videos next week. And also a really special video next week about my friend Nick, who passed away last year in March. We were going to do a commemorative article about him and his passion for Magic the Gathering. He was my best friend, best man at my wedding, and we have some, kind of a tribute article and some, I'll do a video about, my thoughts about him and what he means to me. And, I hope you guys really, don't take things for granted in life. I honestly mean that. I mean, I know I've said a lot of, quirky things, funny things, business stuff, but in the scheme of it all, we're all family related towards one special thing. We all enjoy this game. We all love playing, the camaraderie of meeting new people. And, I hope you guys don't take life for granted and do what you want to do. Be passionate. See you guys later.